Hey guys, welcome to number 3 of my Being Crafty. I am Tara and I am with Stampin' Up. I'm a demonstrator. So I haven't been doing this very long and all the camera stuff kind of stinks because I'm a beginner and I don't have a lot of resources to make a fancy setup. But that being said, you don't need to be fancy to make the cards. I am going to show you what's called the Paper Pumpkin subscription. It's a monthly subscription. You get every month on the 10th, you get your charge. On the 11th, it gets shipped. And on the between the 17th and 19th, 17th and 20th, you will get it. What it is either 9 cards with 3 different themes, or you get some kind of fun craft. This month's is based on Father's Day, which is coming. Next month's, I think, is the Festival of Lights and Lanterns and stuff, so we don't always know what is coming in the kit. They just give us sneak peeks, which I show you the sneak peeks in my VIP group. If you want to join my VIP group, I'm going to post the link below. Also going to show you the link to the Paper Pumpkin kit if you should be interested. So this month is Father's Day, and even though, and I may have said this already, but even though it's no longer available, if you join as a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you will often have access to older kits. So that being said, one other thing, if I can remember it in a timely manner, because, you know, gray hair, cuckoo. When you join, if you sign up under me, make sure that you opt in for Stampin' Rewards. They are free, and what they do is every month, well, with a Paper Pumpkin, your shipping is already added into the price, so it's technically free shipping, but you also get what's called Stampin' Rewards. Stampin' Rewards will give you 10% back on any $20 you sell. You spend any $20 you spend, so you get 10% back, whether it's $20 or $100, $150, whatever you spend, you're getting 10% put into a little Stampin' Rewards thing so that you could use it after a while. You can add them up. They can just stack. You can spend them all at once. You can spend them a little at a time, whatever you want, because it's your money and you get to spend it on more products. But Paper Pumpkin is involved with that, so you can get the Paper Pumpkin at 10% off and get your Stampin' Rewards. So it's something like that. It's really cool. It's worth doing. Check it out. Link will be below. I'm going to stop babbling. I'm going to flip my camera so that you can see this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. Oh, and like, as usual, you get to look at my lovely radiator for just a moment until I get this set. And there we go. So this is the Paper Pumpkin box, and there is a story behind Paper Pumpkin. If you'll notice, well, it's orange. Pumpkins are orange. When you open it up, you get to see a little bit of what's inside. The Paper Pumpkin kit is a little bit different because it's always wrapped kind of pretty. Notice the blue of this. Notice it's a pumpkin. The blue's in the pumpkin. The blue represents Cinderella's gown because in 2013, I believe it was 2013, Stampin' Up! Decided they wanted to do something fun. So they wanted to be the fairy godmother of the surprises. Hence, it's delivered in a pumpkin and the blue of Cinderella's gown. And I just thought that's just the cutest little story, so I wanted you to know it. All right, so this month, this comes with everything you need. These are the stamps. And this one says, Happy Father's Day, Happy Birthday, thanks. There's some birds flying, some dots, some cat tails, and dad or son. So not everything's going to be used, but everything's going to be still here when you're done with your kit to use later when you create your own cards. It also comes with your Peaceful Pine, which is one of our newer colors. Ink, which I did not open ahead of time, which I usually like to do. So without slicing my fingers open, just going to give that a quick cut. There we go. So that comes with it, and this comes with it, and then you open up to find out what's inside, because as I said, you get everything you need in here. So you get your tape, you get your embellishments. Now the very first time you order from Paper Pumpkin, it will give you a stamp block so that you have it. In the future, you won't get the stamp block because they figure you already have one. And of course I didn't get it out ahead of time because that's just what I do. And just as a reminder, I drop things all the time because that's just what I do. So let's see what this is all about. In the kit, you are going to get everything you need, as I said. So this kit has the tear and tape, which is a double-sided tape. It's got these cute little embellishments. It also has dimensionals. Then let's see what we've got. We have some nice sky blue squares, beautiful envelopes. These all are the same, so I'm going to actually put these aside for now. Then you have your card bases. And usually between the card bases, they sometimes stick things, but that's a front and back. Here's a hint. You can leave it like this, or you could give this a slice, glue it to a white card backing, and use this for a different card. And you can have a lot of fun with that. You can have multiple extra pieces of paper. I'm going to show you lots of ways to save. So that's another one. This one is woodwork. This one, now we've got some of our, we're going to stamp our stamps on this. I don't know what these are, but we will find out. Another card base. Look at all these pretty things. These die cuts, they're all ready there for you. More. A piece of cardboard, and oops, underneath the cardboard, you have everything that should be here, what the stamps will look like, and then on the other side, you're going to have, just like with our regular kits, what the cards will look like when you're done. And then the last piece of the front side is what you need for each kit, each card. So you can go ahead and separate these all out into the various cards. You can set up 3 pieces, 3 pieces, 3 pieces, or you could do it one at a time. Because the next thing you're going to do is number 1, and you're following the directions. This is going to tell you the embellishments you need. This is going to tell you stamp pad, which they provide. This is going to show you need the tear and tape. This is showing you need the dimensionals. So actually it shows you everything you need. It's also got, because sometimes you need a ruler, on this side it's got a ruler. And occasionally there are bows and pieces of twine or something that comes with it too. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to put all this over here, and we're going to pull everything that we need for card number 1. All right, so card number 1, Tara, all over the place. I'm going to put these aside. We know we're going to need them in a minute, and the stamp. Card number 1 has the dock. Okay, so here's our dock. Card number 2, nope, card number 1. So these can be put aside. After that, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to need this strip here. Because it says so, right there. I need the fish. And I think that's all I need from this one. So I'm going to put this aside. I I don't need the blue. That's for this one. So I'm going to put the blue aside. And we're putting these aside because we don't need these either. We need this one here. So I've got one for each set. I'm going to need these. I'm going to need the, looks like the small wooden one, which is this one here. And then I need my stamps. Oh, I'm going to need a tag. It's going to be a larger square tag. So it looks like this one will probably fit into here. Yep, that would be my guess. Now I've got all the pieces I need for number 1. So I am going to go to card number 1. Here are my directions. I will need my tear and tape. I'm just going to put everything I need over there. Show you a couple quick tools. I'm going to lose this watch. I won't know where I put it because it blends in and I'll lose it. It's just how I roll. Okay, so I'm going to take my bone folder. You can tell I use it a lot. And I'm just going to give this a good burnish, which is to say, fold it real good. Lots of pressure to make sure it folds. This one, it's very obvious which way it opens, but I always double check to make sure. If it's a plain pattern, I want to make sure it's opening in the right direction because it really sucks to make a card backwards. So I gave that a burnish, don't need that right now. What it wants me to do first is it wants me to stamp. It wants me to stamp my Happy Father's Day. It wants me to stamp these little bubbles. And it also wants me to stamp "You are an inspiration." And then I've got the weed, and I'm sorry, they're not weeds, they're cattails, and the birds. So there are lots of stamps on this card. So I'm gonna grab this and this and this. I'm gonna show you something that's I'm gonna be keeping off screen. This is called our chamois, and it's wet. So in between, I'm going to brush my stamps across these to give them a quick clean after I use them. I can rinse them later, or most of the time it's actually perfect. But what I want to do first is I need this, and I need this, and I actually do need my card front because these are all going to get stamped. So put this stuff over here for now. Put my thing here, you can see everything, perfect. So first it wants me to stamp, I'm gonna just take this piece off. And it wants me to stamp Happy Father's Day. So I'm gonna put that right here. Now, when these stamps are brand new, they are tacky. So there are 2 ways to get them untacky. This is residue from creating them. You can take that piece of wooden cardboard that came with the kit, stamp on it a few times to clear it, you know, wet stamp clear. Or you could just do this with the palm of your hand, kind of rub it off, and it will work that way too. But you do want to get the residue off so you can have a clear stamp. All right, so, it's a little bit of Cinderella dress on this stamp here. There we go, got it. Okay, beautiful new color, Peaceful Pine. And once you're done making the kit, you have the ink pad and the stamps left to make more things. So dead center, it wants me to put in here my Happy Father's Day. So I'm just gonna, I do it upside down because that way I could see that my stamp is inked. And right smack in the middle, I'm putting my Happy Father's Day. If it smudges, I can flip the paper around, but it didn't. But I could always flip the paper around and try again. Gonna give this a quick clean like that. See, perfect. I'm gonna put this stamp aside. And now I need this one. Same thing. I'm going to put this over here. Kind of give it a quick rub to get any kind of residue off of it. Do some stamps here. And again down here. Pretty, huh? Give that a quick clean. And put that stamp aside. What else do I need? You're an Inspiration is this one. This is a fun one. There are lots and lots of stamps for this set. I love it. I do like to kind of leave it more in the middle. I used to leave it at the top so I can kind of use this as a gauge, but I realized I tend to smear it more. This has better balance. It's right smack in the middle, so you're a little bit more level. So you are an Inspiration. And that's gonna go right, that N in Inspiration looks a little darker. There we go. And we're just gonna drop it down there. And I usually let it go like that so that I don't accidentally smear it as I pick it up. I let this drop off. So there's my You're an Inspiration. Give that stamp a quick clean. And here we need the cattails. And the cattails are going to go in the lower left corner, kind of on top of the other cattails. Oh, no, they're not cattails. They're the leaves from it. So we're going to put this over here. And give that a quick clean again. And then the last thing we want are our birds. Now, if you want your birds in gray or another color, there is no reason you can't do your own thing. I do want to make sure they're in the right direction, though. Absolutely can do your own thing. Trying to figure out how they've got these. I want to make sure my birds aren't upside down. One on the top, two on the bottom. Okay. Yeah, you can absolutely do your own thing and change the ink. I'm doing it this way because the kit has everything you need if you don't. All right, we're going to put the birds here. That is so pretty. I'm done with my ink and my stamps. So we're going to take those and put those aside. Now, what do we do next? We have done all of these things. That's part one. These directions are amazing. Number two is telling me everything it wants me to flip over so I could put my tape on it. So it wants this green to be upside down. It wants this here will be upside down. This here will be upside down. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. It's one on both sides. Then my You're an Inspiration. We're going to flip it this way. And I'm being careful because it's telling me to do something specific. And my fish is also upside down. So this is what it wants me to do. First, I'm going to introduce you to another tool I use. This is your take your pick. I am taking my pick. I'm going to use this to pick up my dimensionals and also to pull off the tape. So it wants me to put 2 dimensionals on top, 2 dimensionals on the bottom, and 2 diagonal in the middle. So it wants 2 on the top, 1, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and then 2, 1 here, and 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. On this piece, it wants me to put 1, 2, 3. And on this piece, it wants me to put 2 in the corner. Always follow the directions, because there's usually a reason if they're telling you not to put all 3 in, or 1 on each end. It means that this is probably going to lean against something. And then on this, it wants me to put, again, 2 on this side. Now it's having me switch to my tape, or you could have done it in the other direction. This one's all done. I am going to grab my tear and tape and my little scissors. Where are my little scissors? Here they are. Tear and tape. This is done. This has tear and tape here and here, because it's showing me right there. So I'm just gonna, and you can tear it. I prefer actually to snip, but it's so thin it's easy to rip. I just like my defined lines. So I'm gonna put 1 there. It's paper by numbers, guys. And then I want this to go here. And this one doesn't have something, but this one has a small piece of tape right here. So there should be only 3 that have tape on them. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. Done with this too. Now that everything has been taped, we're going to put it all together. So the first thing I know that happens is that this piece is going to go on top of that piece. And yes, I could have done that before, but it's just faster when you tape everything together at the same time. And again, my little take your pick tool. Ah, stop shaking, Tara. There's my Happy Father's Day. And this isn't going to be on anything, and this isn't going to be on anything. And I didn't lose these. So far we have everything we need. I'm going to look at my picture. The first thing that's on the very bottom is this strip. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Just take these off. I don't really need that for these. Okay. I'm going to pop these into my little bowl. Take my card. And I'm going to follow the directions. So this is going to go in a little bit from here to here. Right like that. Then I'm going to take my Happy Father's Day and I'm going to remove these three. And now you'll see what I was talking about. This is going to go on something flat. Yes, it is. This is going to make it pop up to match that. So that is going to stick right there. And then pop up to be three-dimensional. Same thing with our little fish, except actually I'm going to wait for the fish. The next thing is that. So again, this is going to be, if I did it right, no, I did it upside down. Well, I'll know better for next time, won't I? Okay, and now I want to put a little piece of tear and tape again. See, they're all easy fixes. And one important thing to remember, if you do mess something up, the only one who's going to know it is going to be you. You're the only one who knows how you want your card to turn out. The person getting it, when they see it finished, they're going to assume that's how you meant it to look. Not particularly in this instance, because I was able to fix it totally, but I had made some cards where I smudged stamps, and then I decided to put something on top of it because the stamp was smudged. So here's my year in inspiration. And anyway, nobody knew that the bottom of it was really supposed to be white. They just saw a pretty yellow stamp on top of it and thought, oh, that's what she meant to do. No, I screwed up. I covered it up. They don't know. I do. End of story. Okay, this now goes over here. And then I need these. I need two big ones and 3 small ones. And I'm going to look closely here to see where they're supposed to go. So I've got a big and a small here. Now I could choose to change my pick because I pick a different tool. So I'm going to take this here and put it over here. Tara. I am making this look a lot harder than it really is, guys. And then we have one here. So that will go here. And then that's 2, so we have 3 more. And it looks like what we do is we take a small one, put it here, a large one here, and then another small one over here. There you go. Isn't that adorable? What a beautiful card. That's it. That's it. That simple. Now, you have your You Are an Inspiration here. I'm curious as to what else it says. You can actually take a thanks or thanks Dad and stamp it in here. Thanks Dad. No reason you can't. That's it. Beautiful card. Beautiful envelope. And there we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, guys, I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to make you watch me make 3 entire cards, but that's an idea of how the Paper Pumpkin kit works. All right, thanks for watching and have a great day.